Alrighty, I completely forgot to record the development of this update for one, and for two, all of the old footage that I did get showing off what was changed. The audio was broken. Excuse me while I fight these guys and go hi. No, hi! Anyways, as I was saying, oh, I got an empty room this time. As you can see, level generation is now a thing. There are now random levels. It's not all the same level every time, and I think it's a nice touch. I think it adds variety to everything. It also makes my life a lot easier. Also, power-ups. Holy cow, this is really cool. What does this thing do? Oh, it makes me go really fast for a couple of seconds. And then let me go fight some of these guys so I can take some... That was weird. So I can take some damage. And then go in here. And then the health heals you. Pretty much made power-ups. Also, POV is probably going to stay this way for the rest of development because I feel like this fits the best. This is the best looking and best feeling. Ah, fuck off, you little green bastard. Go away. Thank you. Okay. As I was saying, I feel like this POV is the best. Also, you may have noticed that the body shimashams a lot better. A lot better. It isn't instant, and it's not broken, and it's good. And I think it looks pretty good. But, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and describe... Oh, well, there I go. I'm dead now. Well, here goes the really boring part. Enjoy. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to go over is the power-ups. Pretty much every tank has a power-up manager that will decide what power-ups it does and doesn't have, which ones it gets rid of, etc. We have a list for said power-ups that we have, and then we have power-ups that we want to get rid of, which is started up here. We go through the time for each power-up that we have, and we make sure after update that we're deleting any power-ups that are in the trash. This is called buy any pickup. Pretty much just adds the power up to our list and makes sure that the effects are added. Remove does the opposite. Pretty much we go through the time for each power up, knock it down a little bit, and if we're out of time, it gets removed. And then this is a function that is used to delete each power up that is actually in the trash, and that's put in late update. So that update will actually do it, and then late update it does it after everything, so it's sure for 1000% that it's going to get deleted. Then I'm just going to use the health power up just for an example. Every power up, this is the power up parent class, pretty much just has all of the information and the base for each function that needs to be used by a power up. And then for example our health power up will pretty much just go through, have any extra variables that we may need, and then define these functions that are set up in the power function. And then for example, here is the speed power up of that version. Pretty much just apply, adds a multiplier of 2 to the movement, and once it's removed it sets it back to 1. Then we go to our pickups. The pickups are pretty much the same, it's just different between each. So I'll use the speed pickup just for example. Pretty much just put it on an object, and then once you go into the trigger, it will make sure that what we're colliding with has a power-up manager, and if it does, then we will add the power-up to that object and then destroy itself and instantiate a little effect so that it goes poof and it looks pretty. So that's the power-ups in a nutshell. The only other thing we have to go through is the level generation. Pretty much we have these rooms, which are pre-made by me. I had assistance, of course, by my professor. These were kind of pre-made for the class, but I went ahead and made my own changes, made my own versions of each one. And then if we go into the scripts, pretty much the rooms has the doors set up so that we know when we want to remove the doors to connect each room, we know what door is what and which one we want to actually delete. And then the map generation, pretty much what it does is on awake it generates a map. It has a specific function to get a random room. And then in the generate map function, which is called an awake, it will clear out the level. It'll give us a new grid level, whatever you want to call it. Then it'll go through each row and each column. It'll get the location of where it wants to put the prefab for our room. It'll set it. It'll go ahead and spawn it in. Make sure it's parented properly. Gives it a name. Gets the room and sets up all the doors and whatnot. Saves it to the array. And that array is used to open each door. And that is handled here. Pretty much, if we're on the right row, if we're on the bottom row, we'll delete the north door. Vice versa. If we're not within either one, we're in the middle. And then we do the same thing for east and west, just rather than the rows, we go through the columns. And that's about it for this update. So, give you guys a little bit of gameplay. But yeah, this update is huge. This update is awesome. I kind of like this update. Hi, you're shooting at me immediately. I'm seeing through walls and everything. Stop! Go away. These guys are not supposed to be... Well, that bullet clipped me and I wasn't expecting it. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead and like and subscribe. If there's anything I didn't go over that you would want to look more into, I'll leave the GitHub link in the description for y'all. But other than that, thank y'all for watching. Like, subscribe, do what I do, and I'll see you later.